Given the current climate and economic-wise, what advice would you give to people at the moment? I mean, is there still funding available for people?
Yes, funding's definitely available for people who are looking to self-build, renovate, convert, and indeed also extend their existing property. Obviously, more clients nowadays have to jump through more hoops, and why not? We all have to. Providing they have a good credit history. At the end of the day, they're going to write equity into their property anyway, so in actual fact, lending institutions are comfortable to lend to those who are looking to self-build, renovate or convert. Well, it's actually a very, very good time to do that because the land prices have come down. So it's actually making it more affordable for people to be able to buy the land and build. And you know, through some specialist companies, some people can actually stay in their own home and build at the same time. Now that's quite important because if they're able to do that, it then means that they're not putting their existing property on the market just now. So hopefully when the uplift comes through, they'll be able to have that benefit.
For people at the moment that are worried but they want to extend their home to add more space, they can't afford to move, what kind of advice would you give to them in looking for finance? Would you suggest remortgaging or...?
First protocol is always to go back to your existing lending institution and to ask them what they're able to offer. And bearing in mind that their circumstances may have changed, lending institutions, their criteria changes as well. And sometimes it's more important that they actually go to a truly independent financial advisor and ask for either he or she to give them the advice. I think it's most important though that people are very careful and they do not allow anyone to credit search them until they're actually comfortable with the mortgage product. What people don't realise is if they're credit searched more than 3 times in a short period of time, the credit rating falls. So any half-decent, shouldn't say that, but any half-decent advisor should be able to say, we anticipate the level of borrowing will be X amount subject to a satisfactory credit search. And indeed, if clients are worried about their own credit search and the score they're going to have, they can in actual fact do that themselves with either Experian or Equifax, and then they're not putting a footprint on the search engine.
And how would somebody find a financial advisor? How would they know that they're genuinely qualified, that kind of?
Their qualifications are on the letterhead. They can go onto the FSA website as well and be able to check people out via that. That's one of the best tools. So many people think, oh, FSA, we're not going to approach them. But if they go onto the website, they can check those who are registered, that they are kosher and they're qualified.
There's a lot of repossessions about at the moment. What advice would you give to people that are concerned that this could be a road that they were going down in their own homes? Do you mean that they may have financial problems? If they're going to have financial problems, the first thing they should do, and they must speak with their existing lending institution. Make an appointment, tell them exactly the circumstances as to why. I mean, some people may have now be unemployed and it wasn't foreseen, say, 3-6 months ago. They probably didn't take insurances out to protect that because people were worried about that because they felt there was some areas of mis-selling there. And it's all about communication and communication. If they can say to the lending institution, we have a problem, they will in actual fact be able to structure a finance programme for them. It's too easy to bury their heads in the sand and say we're not going to approach them because they're quite worried. You've got to make that first step and let them know the situation.